Shit, it is hot. And not just because we're playing Doom. I am Savage Squishy 86, and this is the continuing live stream playthrough of Doom 2016. It is probably going to be my last official day to do any streaming work. Maybe I'll do another one later on. I didn't do another one like I originally intended last night because I was exceptionally tired. But here we are, ready to get back on task with finishing our next major mission of Mission 7, the Argent facility destroyed. From our last playthrough, we had successfully escaped hell of the Blood Keep, and we are proceeding to sort of find our way back to the now occupied world of Mars by the demons. So we are pretty much on the fast track of that. Now, I am going to get this stream through as much as I can. Perhaps Mission 7, perhaps Mission 8, possibly, but hard to say. I will be leaving tomorrow morning with a much-needed journey south. So a lot of places I'm going to be stopping along the way with the intention of just getting through to get to our vacation destination. So I'm trying to make the time, most of said time to get as much of this done as possible. But like I initially envisioned and thought, I'm not going to get through this in the time it takes before I depart. So we're going to try to get through at least Mission 7, perhaps Mission 8, and then we'll see about probably continuing and resuming our live stream coverage right up when I get back, which will be on April 30th. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get this party going by pretty much getting started with this. So we pretty much have escaped hell, like I said before, and we pretty much have gone about the process of getting back to where we are. So now we need to sort out the new potential problem of averting the new portal opening on Mars. So here we go. We fought our way out of hell, and now the demons are pretty much roaming all of Mars. So we must find a way to shut down the portal that created by that bimbo Olivia. So we're going to go ahead and get that thing going. And I did a bit of a test run prior. I did miss 2 items, but now that I remember where they are, we're going to get through this and collect everything in terms that's available to us by collectible standing. So, and here we go. Hell on Mars. It is really fucking hot today. It's only 1 o'clock, 1:30, but it feels like it's 80 degrees outside.
The Argent Tower is destroyed. The portal can no longer be closed from this side. The hell energy flows from a location in their world we call the Well. But you've returned, the only flesh and blood to walk between dimensions. So there may be a way. Vega is trying to access Olivia's files. If you can get to the nearest terminal, we will provide you with information. That's all for now.
You know, the one thing I have noticed is that you can always tell you pretty much know that Olivia is like, when they have the speech context, they have the name pretty much highlighted, so you can automatically tell this guy's a scumbag. He's borderline, but Olivia's the biggest scumbag because she's red named and this guy's yellow named. So I guess by color coordination, cautionary would be for Samuel and Olivia would be red. So we pretty much already have a good context of knowing where this guy is coming from, or at least where he's going. So right away, as soon as we pretty much have seen over this macabre, very biblical fucking sortie, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So right away, as soon as you turn around, right on this back here on these containers will be your first data pad with information about the Barons of Hell. Big ugly bastards. So, but before we get any further in, I actually should have checked that first. So right away, we're going to take a look and see what our requirements are for this particular level. So right away, we're going to have 3 challenges in the form of Skeet Shoot, kill a Revenant while it's in midair, very easy. Close Encounters, kill 5 demons with a chainsaw, even easier. And Knowledge is Power, acquire 3 data logs. On this level, you will have 6 secrets equivalent to 2 weapon upgrades, 4 elite guards, an Argent cell, a field drone, and 2 rune trials, pretty much relatively to what we encountered in the previous mission of Mission 6. So, with that being said, we conquered our first data pad. So, head up the stairs here and proceed along with paying attention to your map, because you're going to come across a few secrets that you're going to miss right away if you're not careful. If you rush, you will potentially run the risk of missing these. So, and if you get too far ahead, you won't be able to come back here to get them. You'll have to rerun this mission. You'll have to get them on your own ground. So, but right here, you're pretty much going to have an encounter with the cacodemons. You pretty much see they're running around now and doing their own thing. So right there, we just took care of him. And what we're going to do is right here, we're going to climb up. Climb up. Climb up. A lot of platforming again, much to my distaste, but what are you going to do? We're going to go ahead and climb over and jump down. Actually, first and foremost, what we're going to do is we're going to jump up here. And this is your first major secret. So if you're not careful, you can miss this. So coming around up here, around these crates, you'll find your switch to your first secret room. Secret room is pretty much going to be right below us. So right away, pull that lever, and you find your first secret room. Another classic Doom secret room. So right away, we're going to head over here, open this door, and in we go. Find some health, and a super shotgun in the corner, which will give us a good hearty amount of ammo. Now after that, we have pretty much got that. We got another secret, close proximity. So over here, jump down here, you'll find your next secret, grab some rockets, some pulse rifle ammo, and your next secret doll in the form of the Rage guy. So get the fuel, get some armor, and you'll be on your way right there. Hello, Frosty Love. Welcome back. And we're going to go ahead and climb up now and pretty much go about like we were initially doing. Just climb, climb, climb. Now, we pretty much can see in the distance we've got another secret trial. That's another one. And then we got a couple of other little doodads around here that we got to get there. So what we're going to want to do is, again, platforming like we usually do, and do the same thing over here. Over here, you'll probably encounter another cacodemon, I believe. I'm not entirely sure. Nope, you're just in time, sweetie. You're just 2 minutes in. Well, 5 minutes in, but that's alright. We just found our first secret room. We are on our way there, and you can see now we pretty much have the demons taking over Mars. And that nasty last little portal that's been opened up, so right away we're going to have this huge gap in front of us. This will take us to our next elite guard, so we're going to jump across, double jump, make that gap. And then right over here, going across, much of the facility has been destroyed, but you'll recognize it from mission 4. Mission 4. So this is the destroyed remnants of mission 4. Drop down, and then down below you'll see an opening in terms of this bridge, and behind you, turn right around, you'll find your first elite guard right here on the ground. And with that, our first Predator token. Now we're going to go ahead and upgrade our map with a full view. Exploration items appear on the auto map automatically. Now when you upgrade this, if you take a look at your map, you'll find that every one of the secrets have been appeared on your map. You still can find the auto map, but it will give you a generic bird's eye view of where everything is. Every data pad, every elite guard, every drone, every collectible, and every trial, as well as every Argent cell, including also health stations and armor stations. So right away you'll have a bird's eye view of everything. So once you get that, head on through and into this security office of lava sword. Over here, you'll find a terminal. That's what you want to access that.
Olivia has an artifact in her private lab that we've been studying for years. I believe you can use it to find the answers you seek. It bears your mark.
Olivia's personal laboratory is not part of the registered facilities database. Alpha-level clearance will be required to locate it. Granted.
You can access her Lazarus facility from the north sector of the Advanced Research Complex, about 80 kilometers away.
I'll bring the tram power online to take you there, but you'll need a UAC corporate facilities clearance card to activate it. There is a security station nearby.
So now we have our next objective, is to get that key card. So we need to find it. But before we proceed further out of the area, we're going to go over here and grab this next data pad right here, outlining the third entry for the Argent facility. Nope. So you go ahead and pause that if you so desire to read that. I'm going to go ahead and scan through it real quick so you can, and then you go ahead and get back on task here. So pretty much right away, we don't really have anything else here to grab. You can grab the rifle ammo if you need it. I believe we still have a challenge we're still working towards. I'm not entirely sure, so we're going to take a quick gander just to sort of refresh. Alright, so we pretty much have mastered the challenges for the shotgun, and we're still in the early... okay, so we haven't mastered the assault rifle scope challenge. So we're going to go ahead and have that equipped, because we're going to take off a few shots. Gotta get 50 headshots. Oh yeah, nope, she's still missing in action, but she opened that portal, so now these fuckers are all running amok. So what we're going to want to do now is the next part of the challenge is to kill this big fucker with an aerial attack. So we need to wait for him to be in the air, and then we can get a kill shot on him. Now, whatever you do not want to kill this guy. You want to put him. You want to put a hurting on him and make sure he just stays hurt. The real goal is we want to get a kill shot. Try to get rid of the cacti demons as easy as you can, as quickly as you can. A little tricksy, but we gotta wait for him to be airborne in order for this kill to count. So we have to wait for him to be airborne, which is like that. And of course he's still alive. So we want to wait for that next opportunity when he is airborne to get that challenge kill. Yeah. It's alright, honey. I get it. It's YouTube. What are you gonna do? So... Oh, nasty. Chill, guy. Come on, go airborne, that's what I want. Oh, come on. Alright, this is going to be a little tricky, so we're going to need to wait again. I'm going to probably use the charge can, the gauss, the sniper shot to get him. There we go, sniper. And with that being said, we've accomplished our first challenge. Ooh! Tore off his jaw. Matter of fact, let me take a quick look at my trials, because I'm pretty sure we're coming up on our completion for this. So absorb 300 dropped items with vacuum, and also farm 25 death from above glory kills. So pretty much when you do these, you're going to get a little bit of a benefit from it, like this. Like that. and you get a bit of an improvement with your ability with your rune trial. Yeah, I was like the dentist style. I like that. Yep. So right away, we pretty much have accomplished that and taken care of those potential threats. We got a little dicey there with the health, but it's alright. Now, in this direction, you'll find that there's a rune trial on the other side, but we can't access it from this bridge. So we're going to have to find another route around. But before we get into that, we're going to go ahead and start navigating our way across this, this passage over here. And down below, we'll pretty much see that it's really pretty much the same as everything from the previous level. But there's a few things we need to grab, or at least try to maintainably grab. There's still a lot of opportunities we can get for getting some of these kills done, so we're going to definitely take advantage of that. But we want to be careful because we're pretty much going to be vulnerable to potential threats. So we're definitely going to want to do this right. There we go. Bye-bye. So now that we've pretty much completed the vacuum, basically what that will do now is that it'll further increase the range of our absorption of things like ammo and health that is dropped. But since we've completed it, we can open up to a new one that we can indulge in. So what we're going to do is we're going to increase... use 30 equipment items. So we're going to go ahead and equip equipment power. This will increase the effectiveness of our equipment items, such as grenade and hologram and stuff like that. I don't think we would still have hologram, but if we do find it eventually, I imagine we'll get it back. But we actually forgot to grab that from a previous mission, so it doesn't really matter. We'll get it back eventually. It's just one of those instances where it's like, oh, okay, so we're at that point. So we're going to go ahead. Ah, there's our hologram. Fantastic. Speak of the devil. Alright, so basically what hologram is, it throws a hologram down and takes the pressure off you. And you just go right after that and takes care of that. So right away, we get our hologram and we're on the fast track of taking care of business. So that's great. I'm so glad I found that. So, but we're going to go ahead and just take a few detours around and grab a couple more things, more supplies, more munitions, and also potentially more targets that we can actually improve our combat tokens with. So right away, right here, you'll find that we have our next major target in the form of the zombies. But also we have another death from above. And basically how that works is, that's pretty much how the trials work. You really want to get the most out of your trial runes, because then you can actually take further advances in terms of taking down targets later on, especially if you're having a hard time with a really difficult target. So, revisiting some of these locations, like we just did back there, actually it's ironic, this is the place where we found our super shotgun from Mission 4, and now it's got armor and health. So don't be, take the time to explore, even if I'm going off the beaten path a little bit, it does pay dividends, especially if you're playing on harder difficulties, to get the much needed supplies and resources you definitely need. Yeah, it was a good. I'm trying to get more creative with my death from above because I want to see what they all do. Now I'm like really intrigued and I really want to see what they all do. So it's like, oh, okay, that's what it does. All right, fantastic. Same thing over here. Again, this was a collectible area. We got flint, we got chainsaw fuel, we got shotgun shells, and yeah, so we're pretty much just making up for the exploratory measures that we took initially, and for a good reason. So once we pretty much tackled that, go ahead and take a look at your map. Pay very close attention to your map. Again, I can't stress that enough, because too many a time you can lose important things, forget they were important, or forget they were even there to begin with. So right there, we got a next headshot, we got another headshot, we got another headshot. So we're getting a good couple of number of headshots. Already 17 out of 50, that's perfect. So that'll take us a little less pressure off us in terms of when we're trying to complete that weapon challenge for the scope or the assault rifle. Once we have pretty much done that, we're going to just backtrack a bit and bebop around over here and head up this way. I make a pretty common habit of checking my map just to make sure I'm not bypassing anything or ditching anything or forgetting there's stuff over there. I gotta get it. You know what I mean? You want to be diligent about that shit. Cause okay, here we go. Another target. Big boy. Another death from above. Another death from above. Headshot. Another death from above. I'm trying to get as much of it as I can for the sake of just being able to take advantage of the power that I'm getting from it. So that is my biggest, strongest point of doing that. Otherwise, it's kind of fruitless when you're like trying to make the measure of making it work to your benefit. So pretty much you can grab the fuel here if you need it, the rockets if you need them. Not necessarily something you're going to be hurting for in terms of supplies. Now over there is our next rune trial, which is exactly where we're going to be going next. I pretty much was just checking out to see if there was any resources I need, because as I said before, you're pretty much coming into this with a few little less resources. I'm not entirely sure if that was from my other mission or what, but it matters not. That's what we got, and we're going to work with it. Over there, nothing. So we're going to go ahead and drop down here now, which is pretty much going to take us into a fight. But it's okay, because we're going to have some cacodemons we're going to deal with. Cacodemons have been taken care of. Oh, and we got a berserk. Come here, asshole. Where you at? There we go. Takes care of them. Takes care of them. Takes care of them. I love it. Where you at, bud? Where you at? There you go. Get some. We pretty much did that. Yeah, we're on a rampage. I love it. So we're pretty much doing pretty good there. So we're already pretty much taking care of all those targets. We took advantage of the berserk, the berserk orb, which gave us the exceptional measure of power that we needed. We got some armor, we got some health. Pretty much on a good standing there with that. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and take a detour now. Head down here, where we're going to find even more targets. I'm still going to take advantage of trying to get these headshots as much as I can. We got cacodemons again, so we're going to go ahead and take care of these guys. I do like the fact that this sharpshooter actually really focalizes the blast, which enables me to sort of take them down with practically a one-shot. If I can get the full charge out of it, great, because it'll actually kill cacodemons really fast. Cacodemons are very vulnerable to pulse weaponry, so weapons like the Gauss cannon and the pulse rifle will kill cacodemons, and also, for that matter, mancubuses very quickly. So if you're having a hard time taking down these enemies, I can honestly say doing a little bit of, reading up on the internet and online tactics and strategies that others have used, that is usually the most common trait that they both share, is they are extremely vulnerable to pulse rifle or pulse ammo. Yep, the cacodemons are the biters, so those big guys with the heads. They're very vulnerable to pulse rifle ammo. They're very vulnerable to the Gauss cannon. So ultimately, they can be one-shotted if you know how to use the stuff. Especially given the fact that the focal, the sharpshooter mod on the Gauss cannon is pretty good. So, but now that we've pretty much taken care of them, we're going to go ahead and get this trial started. So pretty much right away, what you're going to want to do is just climb up here, and then just jump across. Now, another time trial, basically this is going to be an in-flight mobility tactic. You have to collect a series of hell relics and get to the altar before the time expires. Each relic you pick up will give you 1 second. I did this earlier. This was actually pretty easy. If you're not very talented with directional jumping, it's a bit of a difficulty because you kind of have to guesstimate based on your peripheral vision. But again, you'll see what I mean when you see it. So we're going to get this thing started. So right away, we got 3 seconds. Much like what we had before earlier with the trial of shooting enemies to get 4 seconds of movement, this is pretty much the same thing. Picking these up will give us 1 second on the clock. And we just have to grab them and jump in control directional speed. There, you do have a 3-second margin of error, so you can actually get away with this at this right second, which I'm going to do just like that. So we pretty much have done that. That has completed another rune trial and given us in-flight mobility. This will give us a significant increase in control over in-air movement after a double jump, so we'll be able to jump a lot more. We can jump with a greater influence of directional. So if we're jumping left, we can actually, in mid-air after a double jump, go right. So it gives us a little bit more freedom with our tactical awareness. So with that being said, we've completed that trial, so that one is out of the picture, and one less thing we need to accomplish on this level. So tomorrow I am leaving around morning sometime, and we'll be making our journey down south to Tennessee, and then potentially on to our next destination, which will be Florida. I'd rather not say where, but we're going to enjoy it for the family's sake. So, oh, and with completing that rune trial, we've unlocked our last rune upgrade, so we can go ahead and equip another rune for our use. So, doing 75 glory kills to demons will enable us to launch into a glory kill from much further away, so it'll increase our range. Alright, we can do that. So with that being done, we're going to open up the path to a new secret, and also a new elite guard. So, oh yeah, I will be definitely, I'll be fine. I'll be checking in on my social media, so I just won't be able to play any games for a little while. So, what we're going to do is we're going to head over to this little edge that's pointing out to this pipe here, and then we're just going to back up and fall. It's a little nerve-wracking, but this is the best way I can think of that you want to do this, so go ahead and drop. And then just double jump, and right in front of you, you'll find your mega health, which will give you 200 armor and 200 health. And then through this little vent system here, a little ventilation duct, to your right, you'll find your next secret and an elite guard. So once we have that, we can go ahead and head back out. And across, you'll see a bounce pad, which will take us to where we gotta go next, but we're gonna actually take a bit of a detour from that. So we're gonna jump across, do a double jump. We're not gonna take the bounce pad right now. We're actually gonna take a right, and we're gonna potentially take out a couple more demons for some additional pointage for our combat tokens. So once you enter this area, you'll see we have a demon, Hell Knight. Nasty customer, there he is. So we pretty much have taken care of that. So we got a couple headshots, not as many as I would like, but enough. We're at 22 out of 50, so we're halfway there just about, which is great. Head over here, grab the pulse rifle ammo and the rockets. Health, if you didn't get that mega health, or if you're really shit and you just burned all of it. And and then head on down in this direction to another bounce pad. But before we go over there, we're going to head over here. There's a couple more pieces of armor over there. Again, if you used up your mega health armor, this is where you want to pretty much go. This is just basically just retracing our steps to the previous area that we started this level from when we were doing mission 4. And the reason why I like to make these trips is because ultimately you get the potential chance of getting armor, ammo, health, depending on how difficulty you're playing. It'll be beneficial to you to just sort of do a little bit of exploratory action. Here we have a ship that's crashed into the platform. And over here we have an assault rifle ammo. So we have that. So with that said, we pretty much have everything we need. So we're just going to do a bit of flying by bouncing and bouncing again, and up we go. So that pretty much has put us back on the map for where we need to be. So we're going to head over here now. Where we have a new threat. Now remember, we have to get at least a couple more demon kills with chainsaw, so we're going to go ahead and kill these big boys up, which we just did. Put them down. Another one. We're pretty much 3 for 5 now in terms of kills with the chainsaw. We need to get 2 more, but we're good for now. This will work. Go ahead and jump across, grab these armor pieces. Trying to think of, that's the one thing I never did do. I never did go up there. I don't exactly know what's up there, but I'm pretty sure, I do know what's up there. That's actually our destination. That's our next point of entry. So we're going to go ahead and just take a quick gander at our map and just check and make sure we didn't miss anything, and I don't think we did. I know, you are just digging it. You would. Sicko like you, sweetheart, you would totally dig the chainsaw. It'd probably be your immediate go-to. Chainsaw was like reputable for the classic games, so I'm personally loving it myself, because even with the chainsaw from the classic games, it was definitely fun, but this makes it even more fun because it's just so fucking gruesome. So I could definitely see where you lead. So right away, we're off to a good start. We're gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna take one more look. I'm very consistent with checking my map. So, alright, so we're pretty much on the right track. We're gonna want to head right in here, open this airlock, and this will take us into our next area. Open the next airlock, and we'll go about and probably encounter our next major threat in the form of the Pinky Demon. So we're going to definitely have fun with that. Matter of fact, make sure we got the right weapon. Alright, we got our charge shot with the shotgun. So right away, as soon as we enter, the big boy, Pinky, will come charging at us like an angry bull. The trick of killing this big bastard is going to be you want to get out of his charge. Get the hell away from his charge. Once he charges you, that's what you want to avoid. He's going to try to bulldoze you, and that's exactly what you don't want. So we're going to go ahead and just take advantage and get a couple more kills. Rip his tooth out, cut his throat with it. Oh yeah, broke his jaw, just like that. Let's go. Headshot, 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 headshot. 29 out of 50. Perfect. So right there, we pretty much have tackled a couple pinkies, a couple demons, a couple possessed, and we're off to the races. Yeah, he's one of my favorites. He was a classic. He's a nasty bitch, but right away, as soon as you come into this entry area, you're going to come over here to your right and you find your map and download it. That will give you the exact layout of the entire facility, and then further over there, you will also find an echo to find the yellow key card you so desperately need, which this big bastard took with him.
That demon seems to have taken your key card. You will need to find it. The tram station will not be accessible without proper clearance.
So and before we go any further, I want to stress this to anyone who's not familiar with this game and its ammo capacity. As we both know, the shotgun and the super shotgun share ammo. Well, the same can be said for the heavy assault rifle and the chain gun, as well as the pulse rifle and the Gauss cannon. So in particular instances, you want to use the right weapon for the job. In cases, say, with Hell Knights and Barons of Hell, for particular enemies, normal enemies, you want to use the shotgun. For those big guys, you want to use the super shotgun. Same could be said for the more advanced, heavier enemies. If you run into heavier enemies such as the Cacodemon, the Mancubus, you want to use the more advanced, heavy-duty hitting weaponry. Don't waste your ammo with assault rifle, go for the chain gun. If you're dealing with a heavy enemy, don't waste your ammo with the plasma rifle, go for the Gauss cannon. It's a matter of prerogative, but personally, I would like to think that you want to use the most advanced, heavy-hitting weapon you can find. If you don't have it already, get it. Because ultimately, it'll save you a lot of ammo, and it also will be much more hitting if you do it. So, right over here, we'll find our next codex entry with the data pads. And we'll get our final log entry with, well, not our final, but our next data log with Dr. Samuel Hayden. This will also complete the challenge for Knowledge is Power, getting 3 data logs, which we have just accomplished that. And then finally leave us open to heading into the next area, which will be the next serious battle sequence that we'll have on our hands. So right away, you're going to see that we've got a pinky here. Go ahead and send a hologram out, and then get to work on just killing everybody you can with the quad damage. Pinkies would be my personal prerogative of going to the next being thing, the next big priority, because they are so incredibly strong. But again, it's entirely up to you. Doesn't really matter as long as you get the most out of that quad damage. Right away, you're going to see that you got a bit of a... There we go. Boom! Headbutt. Head smash, I should say. Go ahead and get a couple more. We don't really have the option of getting a lot more in the way of a kill and cat in that regard, but we're going to go ahead and take advantage and just hold those in with the chain gun. And then once you have done that, you're going to take that bounce pad and it's going to take you right up here and you'll find your next elite guard. And then over here you'll find some armor. And then we're going to go ahead and upgrade our next weapon, which will be the super shotgun. So, and for that we have a new challenge after we've completed the assault rifle's headshot challenge. Kill multiple demons with a super shotgun. Blast more than 30 times. Please excuse me, I have a text message. Oh, Jesus. Okay. My mother is going to take a nap now, so bless her heart. She's been working real hard to get things in order for us, so... but anyway, like I was saying, double trouble, fire twice with the super shotgun before having to reload, but to get that upgrade, we all have to kill multiple demons with a super shotgun blast. Now, this is pretty easy if you're aiming at possessed or other enemies, which is pretty rudimentary. So, I mean, if you can get a couple more kills in a row, basically anything more than 1 kill. So 2 kills will count, 3 kills definitely will count. Getting as many of them as possible each time will get you 1 challenge completed leading up to that point. So that will be a definite thing. I apologize for the disruption. But ultimately, we're going to go ahead and get on with the next part of this challenge in the form of, navigating our way back up and down. So, go back on down here. Just make sure there's no armor. Here, over here, there's an ammo cache. Go ahead and bust that open, get some ammo. And then we'll proceed back up further. So there's not really... The staircase just leads you right back up to where you're going to be heading. So we're going to head over here. And we can see that's where our demon little friend is pretty much bebopping around. So go ahead and take advantage and get a couple more headshots. 30 out of pretty much 31, I believe. So now we're pretty much gaining steam here. We're going to go ahead and change our weapon to the micro missiles. Die, fucker. And we have a new Kakadino threat. This is a very handy position to get if you actually don't have the advantage against these guys and they're kind of bombarding you, so this is as good a measure of as any to get the advantage on them. So we're going to go ahead and switch to our pulse rifle now. It's very tricky to get a headshot on them when they're moving, so you want to try to get them when they're not moving and try not to fall down into false floors or grates or anything of that nature. We don't have any luxury of chainsaw ammo, so we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. Oh yeah! So here we are with our big boy. Splat! Now, I'm not entirely sure if there are any more threats. I don't think so. I think that's pretty much all of them at this present, so... But it's alright, we're going to go ahead and take advantage of that and use our shotgun now. We're pretty much dragging out our ammo supply a little bit. So with that being said, we pretty much have conquered that part. Take a quick look here. We still have 3 secrets left, 1 trial, 1 drone, 1 elite guard, and 1 Argent cell. So we're on our way faster than faster towards whatever outcome we're hoping to get here. So it was. It was, wasn't it? So we're gonna head into here now. This is pretty much where those enemies came from, this date when this gate opened. So right ahead, especially on this table, you're gonna find your next data pad with a detail about the Mancubus. Pretty much enabling you to sort of take advantage of his... basically giving you pointers on what to do in terms of taking advantage of his power. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And as we come around the corner, we'll find our field drone, our combat drone, flying away before we can get to him. But that's okay, because we're actually going to be focused on these guys for a minute. So we got 39 out of 50, so we're doing pretty good in that regard. Hoping to get a good kill shot here, but it's proving a little tricky. Oh shit, okay. Obviously we can't do that. We got this guy being a pest. Let's take care of him. So, let's try this again. Obviously, we're too far away to make advantage of that, so we kind of missed that shot. That's a little disappointing, but we'll recover it. But right away, what we're going to want to do is we got to take care of this gore nest. So we'll refocus and repurpose ourselves on that. Up there is a mega health, but we're not going to grab that quite just yet because we really don't need to use it yet. It's going to get a little dicey though, so we're going to want to grab that as soon as we can. Get your super shotgun at the ready because this is going to get a little crazy here. So once you pull that out, immediately you'll be blitzed by pinkies, revenants, and I believe a hell knight, as well as Baron of Hell. You really can't get these guys from the front. You're gonna want to get behind them and use it to hit their armor. Their armor is extremely tough, so you're gonna want to get behind these guys as much as you can from a different angle. Matter of fact, screw this. So it is another headshot. It's 40. And then unfortunately, we got a Baron of Hell that we gotta deal with soon. It's 40 up. There's our boy. Hi, Baron. How you doing, buddy? Now, again, I stress this again. You know, you really can't go about the process of getting this guy because he is a nasty customer. So you want to try to approach this with, you know, as much as care as possible because he is such a nasty guy. Just like that. So, with that being said, we've gotten another combat token to our benefit, and we're going to go ahead and grab that mega health now. Yes, I think we need to, yep, we've got all 5, that's another thing we've done. We also accomplished our 5 chainsaw kills, so that is completed as well. We don't need to worry about that anymore, thank God. And we have replenished our ammo supply, so we are solid. So go ahead and get yourself ready. So how we're going to get up there, as we can see in the distance there, that is actually where our combat drone is. Now how we're going to get up there is we got to get on that platform. So right over here on your left, you'll see there's a crane access control. So go ahead and access that. I kind of like using the horn, but you know, I was kind of hoping it would be a little bit more like he beats his head down like a club, you know, like 3 times. But, I mean, I'll take what I can get. He hits him hard enough, so once you pretty much have gotten the crane into a good position, go ahead over here and take care of that one threat in the distance. And up here, you'll find your next secret and the combat drone. So right here, we pretty much have all the weapons we could possibly have unlocked, with the exception of our favorite one that is going to be later in the game, the BFG. But right now, we're going to upgrade our Gatling gun with the Gatling rotator. Now, this will enable us to sort of spin up the turret, so where we can actually fire it right away instead of waiting for the thing to spin up on its own and start firing. So once we get that, you'll find by holding the L2 button or the left bumper, depending on what platform you're playing, it'll spin it up and enable you to open fire. So right away, that is pretty much where we are at. Whatever you do, don't fall down there. You will die. I have died a few times, so not a word, Frosty. I don't want to hear it. No more falling jokes. So we're going to go ahead and get our pulse rifle ready and head outside. And right away, further along the path is going to be our major threat in the form of this threat here. And we're going to go ahead and just take advantage of get rid of that one demon, and then we're going to go about getting rid of this revenant. Once that's done, we're going to head over here, grab these shotgun shells, grab the armor if you need it, and down here and across the path will be the way forward to our second and final rune trial. So go ahead over here, follow this path around, and you'll find your next secret and the rune trial. Now, this one is a little bit more relaxed in a manner of speaking. You have to use the combat shotgun to eliminate targets before the timer expires. You only have 1 health, so getting hit will kill you and you will fail the trial. So you have to use shards of armor to protect yourself while you're engaging these targets. There's about 8 targets, 2 Hell Knights, 1 Pinky, several possessed soldiers, and I believe maybe a couple possessed zombies. So it's pretty straightforward. Just immediately start looking for armor and then engage the enemies. The maximum amount of armor you can pick up in this challenge is 50 points of armor. So grab as much armor as you can, then engage the demons at your discretion. If you feel yourself getting a little light with armor, because they do hit pretty hard in harder difficulties, feel free to take the time. You've got about 60 seconds. This should be pretty straightforward. So, right over here on the right, you'll find some armor shards. Grab them. Go up here. Grab those armor shards. Go further along. Grab these armor shards, and then you're free to engage the enemy. So, you've got about 60 seconds now, relatively speaking, and you're just going to go ahead and go crazy. Kill them. Kill them all. Right away, you got some imps here, as you can see. Go ahead and dispatch them at your comfort. Eventually, you will probably run into more. There's another imp. Here comes the possessed soldiers. And here we have our Hell Knight boy. Don't panic if you hear the timer click ticking down. It doesn't really mean anything. You're in good standing, you're in good positioning. So that's 5 targets. That's a Pinky now. And that's it. Done. So now that we have that, the reward from that is glory killing demons drops armor. That is one of my favorite. I personally prefer those because ultimately, in the event you need armor and you don't have it, it's a perfect opportunity to get armor, especially if you're trying to keep your armor built up. So eventually, when I'm done building up the other points of the other rune powers, I'll probably immediately put this on, and I'll probably keep this on because this is one of my favorite rune powers to help me along. I personally praise this particular one up and down because it is so helpful in harder difficulties. So definitely an instance of that. So yep. Hell, I thought for a second it was a Baron of Hell. The first time I fought, I thought I was being attacked by a Baron of Hell. But now, oh, it's a Hell Knight. Nope, I'm good. So, luckily for me, that was a much needed relief because I was stressed out with that. So, before we get any further ahead, let's go ahead and take a look at our runes to make sure we haven't, what we got here. Okay, we got 18, 9, and 16. So, we're doing good in that regard. Go ahead and down below we can see there's pretty much... Oh, that's nifty. I didn't realize you could actually have bounce pads back down here. That's nice. That's a new one on me. Awesome. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and jump up here and proceed along. And what we're going to do is our next goal is to get this Argent cell, which is going to be right there. Get your assault rifle out in the event you get an opportunity for more headshot kills, provided you're going for that challenge. And drop down here. And then basically we're just going to do a lot of leg work, hop and skip all the way. Rock there, rock here, rock there. Climb, climb, climb. That's what we're doing. And then what we're going to want to do is, right away, off the bat, we're going to have this threat here. We're going to want to get out of these guys and just immediately start tackling them. Now, right away, what we could do is take them on, but what we're going to actually do is get this haste. And the funny thing I've actually learned from this is, ironically, is it's actually to our benefit to have the haste because you actually fire. You don't just move fast, you fire your gun fast, you attack fast. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. I didn't even think about this. I thought this was nonsense, but it's actually legit. I'm literally dropping suckers like crazy now, but I mean, as long as it lasts. I mean, obviously it doesn't last very long, but provided you do get it to use it that long, it's actually quite beneficial. We pretty much have taken care of those targets. Now we're going to try to get as much of these headshots as possible. Start with Mr. Impy here. If we can just get a good angle of distance between us and him, so where he's not going to be harassing us. And we got it. 43 out of 50. And we got our final combat challenge token. So, nicely done if you've done it so far. And right here, right next to this transport on this helipad, yeah, it's a helipad. Right next to this transport, in the midst of this butchery, you're going to find your last data pad with the Cacodemon, basically outlining what the Cacodemon's secondary tactics are. And with that being the case, we're going to go ahead and backtrack now and go get that Argent cell we left behind, because I wanted to get that combat sequence finished. So right over here is going to be this large rock face. You're going to want to jump across and then double jump, and we'll grab just at the end of it. And down below on the cliff, you'll find your final Argent cell. And in this particular instance, I would say go for armor, but in this instance, I'm actually going to go for ammo, because we're obviously running out of ammo a lot easier now. And to that credit, we'll definitely be able to keep our assault rifle and our Gatling gun a lot more well charged. So, giving us that added bonus of firepower. And now we've got 6 fuel nozzles for the chainsaw. So, added benefit. So, once we pretty much have tackled that and gotten that Argent cell, we only have one remaining secret in the form of that collectible doll there, as well as the one remaining elite guard. So we're going to head on through here, get this armor over here if you need it. If not, okay, head on through the door, and through here you'll find the dead Pinky that took our fucking key card. Let's go ahead and grab that thing off him. And you'll see this.
You cannot send a team in to retrieve it.
I am the head of this corporation. All your work and discoveries here belong to me. He was mine before you even found him.
You know, that guy is a little too arrogant for his own good. So, I bet she's going to get his ass beat at some point in the future, but it doesn't matter, we'll find out soon enough. Instead, what we're going to do is ignore that little hologram drama show we just saw and jump up on this upper catwalk, which is all blood-gored. And through this busted vent system in here, we'll find our final secret and collectible with the Patriot guy. So once we have that, we're going to have our key card and our way out. So go ahead and head through this door here and drop down. Go ahead, and you don't need to necessarily worry about going... the floor will drop down there from the impact, but it doesn't really matter because we're going to jump up and we're going to climb into this duct system. And over here, we'll find the final elite guard for this level. And with that, we have fully completed all of the necessities of the upgrades, secrets, and collectibles of this mission. And all we have to do now is finish it. So, with that being said, we're going to take our 4 upgrade nodules and we're going to apply them to a weapon. It doesn't really matter what you choose to apply them to. It kind of is just kind of past tense at this point, because most of your upgrades are probably not going to be really reusable in that regard. So I'm just going to pretty much hold on to them for now, but I am going to use my Predator tokens and use them with the power-up effectiveness. This will increase the length of time that power-ups remain active, including Berserk, Haste, Invulnerability, and quad damage. So we're going to go ahead and use that because we want to get as much power out of our orbs as we can. And then once we got that, we're going to backtrack, drop down into this area down here, take a left, proceed out of the area. If you don't have the Gauss Cannon energy fully maxed, this is where you want to pick it up, which we already had it pretty much covered. And I'm thinking... Oh, yeah, no, I was mistaken. My apologies. Not go left. Once you come out of here, you're going to want to go right here. So, coming out of here, go here. This will be your way out of the area and into the next sectional of the mission. So, pry open these doors and you'll be at the tram station. Now, this is pretty much where you want to be because ultimately this is where your next big threat is going to be. So, right away we're going to want to get our, pretty much getting our headshots on. We got to get 2 more. We can do this. And we have completed our headshot challenge with the assault rifles. Now we'll have the experimental heavy damage ammo for whenever we use the scope of this weapon, which is great. So now we can focus on getting our super shotgun challenge. Which we just did. 1 in 30. Nope, nothing big anymore. Nothing big here. Pretty much we've taken care of the... Oh, well, maybe I spoke too soon. Multiple imps. You know, I'm starting to think you have played this Frosty. I'm starting to think you have played this, because I actually was surprised. Oh, I guess we do have something. Okay. So, with that being said, we have taken care of our potential targets, and we can proceed on to the next sectional piece of the game. Board the tram, and access to the next area. So... and that is pretty much it. We have accomplished everything we needed to do. We've got all the collectibles. Once again, challenges completed, combat challenges completed, trials completed, Argent Cell, Field Drone, Elite Guard, secrets, and collectibles. So, I'm very happy with that. Went a lot smoother than I thought it was going to be, because ultimately, like I said, the first time I did my test run, I missed the Doom secret room. And I also missed, I believe, one of the challenges, unfortunately. So I had to kind of rerun it, get a figurative idea where I was going to go with it in terms of difficulties and challenges. But ultimately, wow, surprise, surprise, I got through it easy peasy. So that being said, that's pretty much where we're going to cut it right there for this particular mission. Like I said, I will probably run, this is pretty much, I believe this is mission 7. I will probably run mission 8 later tonight if I'm not too tired. It is fucking killing me right now with this heat. But what are you going to do? I got to try this. I mean, I got my fan in. It's actually reversed, so it's pulling the hot air out. I don't have my air conditioner in, but I bet I will be putting it in when I get back. Nevertheless, that's pretty much where we're going to... stop things at present for the Sims of this particular playthrough. If I do decide to play later on, it will be very, moderate. I mean, I may not even play at all. I maybe just take a breather, because I'm going to be going away tomorrow, like I said, and when I get back, we'll wrap up this playthrough, and then we'll open the we'll shoehorn our way into getting on with Doom Eternal, which is the sequel to the game of Doom 2016's story. So, that being sensibly, you're a dick, Frosty. 5 Celsius. Good for you. I hate the heat. I feel like I'm swimming. I feel like I'm you go for a walk through the park and you feel like you're walking through the jungles of Cambodia. I'm not a fan of it. I never will be. And I'm going to Florida. I'm gonna die. Anyway, enough of my belly aching. I'm gonna go and get a cold drink, because this one is all freaking not cold anymore. And I'm gonna hopefully just find something to do to sort of rest my head, because I got a headache. And I will hopefully be on later, and we will see what I can do with the next mission of Mission 8. So, if this was right up your alley, feel free to like and subscribe. Comment if you have any questions. I will do my best to and answer them as soon as I can. And without that being much else, I will see you guys later. Thank you for tuning in. This is Savage Squishy 86, and I will see you later. Ciao.